We believe, as Faster EFT practitioners, that we are not broken. There's really nothing wrong. We've learned ways to protect ourselves that just are not working anymore. And one of the most important things that we do is just learn to let them go. We've got all kinds of programs and responses that we've learned, skills that we've learned. They're not bad, they're not wrong, they made sense at the time. When I was a kid and I hear somebody dies on the roller coaster, it makes perfect sense for my mind to decide, okay, I'm going to protect her by keeping her off roller coasters. Well, think about your families when you were growing up. In my family again, my dad's solution for dealing with his emotional pain was depression. And it wasn't okay not to be depressed in my house, in the sense that we did not cut up. There was not laughter. But was that logical for my dad? Absolutely. Is it surprising that I learned how to do that very well and took on his attitudes and his beliefs? And that it took me until I was probably about 35 years old before I learned that it's okay to play and lighten up a little bit? It was a long process. And I still get stuck sometimes in that old way of thinking and thinking, oh, I'm not feeling bad about something, I must be being irresponsible. That's one of my ones that I still use, and then it's let it go, safe to let it go. Dr. Peter DeWitt, MD in Tyler, Texas, as a matter of fact, has written a book called Heal Thyself. And it's fascinating. I highly recommend the book. It's on your reading list because it's really great to have an MD who actually talks about disease and talks about the fact that it's the mental conflicts that are behind the disease. And that if we don't clear the mental conflicts, it's very difficult to keep the disease clear or to heal it. I've had issues in my life in the past that were kind of chronic and recurring. As I've done the emotional release work that are directly related to those issues, they're not coming back. I've had the experience, and maybe some of you have, of having chiropractic adjustments. And sometimes I just don't seem to hold. It's like, what did I do? I don't remember making a wrong move. One of my biggest issues was lower back. And of course, lower back, I know, means not feeling supported. A lot of times, who I'm not feeling supported by can be me. It's not even about out there. But my body is giving me messages and letting me know what it is that I need to take a look at. There are certain diseases, thought patterns, etc., that are related and connected to the various parts of the body and to different diseases. Both of these books are on your reading list if you're interested. The original, Louise Hay's, the little one right here, Heal Your Body, is a classic. It's wonderful. This one has only been out for, I think, about a year and a half, Secret Language of the Body, and it's a little bit more in depth and has some more of the diseases, if you will, that are a little bit more modern, like fibromyalgia is in here and some of those. They're a great resource for finding out what is your body trying to tell you. It's just giving you a message. And as Dr. DeWitt points out, it's important for us to get an appreciation for the fact that our bodies really are protecting us. That disease, for instance, I'm working with a client who one of her conditions is fibromyalgia. And when we looked it up in the book, it had a lot to do with controlling and protecting and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And we looked back to her childhood, and it's like she has historically had a problem setting boundaries. She's getting much, much better now as she's doing her clearing at setting those boundaries. She's also making progress with her disease. They go hand in hand. So, since what's going on is inside of us, it's not really out there, it's our perception of what's going on out there that creates the stress and the issues. The place to solve it is by going inside. The good news is that we can do that. I don't know about you, I've never had any luck at changing the people in my life that I think are causing me my problems. Now, I don't think I'm the Lone Ranger on that. So it's a lot more effective for me to go inside, find out what's going on, and amazingly, when I get clear about that, so many times that situation out there that's been bothering me clears. It's weird how that happens. The other thing is that when I'm clear, I can also make an informed or even a wise decision because I'm not coming from those old emotions. I'm not making a decision about my relationship with my husband based on the way my dad behaved the whole time I was growing up. If I've cleared him, my husband triggering me with a certain look that I grew up with, if I've cleared that, then when my husband looks at me that way, it doesn't mean what it did when I was a kid and took it on. He's just got that look on his face, and it really doesn't have anything to do with me. That's what it all ends up, boiling down to.